9K. It's one of the cooler nicknames. And I'm afraid stuck with Machine and Sponge for now, though. Let's get into Mirage. We guarantee an Ancient. That's hype as hell. We get that as our second. We have to weather the normie maps, and I'll see how long Gambit plan to spend here on Mirage.
1x better odds aren't messing around this morning, are they? All right. TeamOne, if you get a win here, those are some bloody tough odds you're up against. Now, out the gate, they've gone for quite the heavy A presence here, TeamOne. We saw them last season at Pro League. They've made a bit of a change. Skulls in the team. Now it's XNS.
Yeah, and we got Rushley on the 1s and 2s as well.
Yeah, he's back at work today.
Good to have him back. First blood is drawn by Maluki. Hang on, 3 in a row for the TeamOne defense, and Gambit just crashed into that defensive A. The bomb now loose, and round should be falling apart from them. This P250 gives it everything it's worth. Maluki with 2. And Shiro's just going to try and take a couple more Kevlar vests down and out.
Yeah, he may as well give this one a crack, right? T-side, you're not going to save the Glock and armor. You're going to at least have a look in. So it's not going to be the Shiro AWP save. Fortunate we have the pistol round here.
I mean, were you surprised to hear Gambit were boot camping as early as they were?
Yes,
yeah,
I was.
Me too.
But I think what it shows is their intent, right? It definitely shows this intent to the team. They're not messing around. You know, they're taking this in the #1 team, or at least in the conversation for it, very, very seriously here. And Shiro, oh, can he find the gap? One spotted.
Ah, that's a shame.
That was his chance. And now it's just a matter of time. So Maluki, 3 in the round, 3 for him, 1 for Pasadeo, and 1 for Malbs. So we're kicking things off here with a TeamOne pistol round. Now it's about weathering the storm. We know that the force bite is possible. But how likely? You know, how likely is it, Alex?
How likely is it that they can't hear us on the talkback?
It's quite likely, because it was scuffed yesterday.
Yeah, so shall I just say it out loud?
Well, we could just, let's do this. Excuse me, production, could you please turn the lights off, because it's quite bright in here.
We can't see the screen.
We can't see the screen.
It's a bit dusty.
So now, if that doesn't work, I think smoke signals next.
Yeah.
And then after that, I do have Hedwig from Harry Potter, and I can send him.
Let's use an owl.
Yeah.
I like that. I've always thought carrier pigeons were quite cute.
There's I get up quite early and I go get a coffee in the morning, and it was an eco, not a force buy. And every time I go, there's on the way to the hot barn off, there's a lot of pigeons. But what happens is they're being fed. Someone is coming and giving them breadcrumbs. Now apparently breadcrumbs aren't good for ducks' stomachs.
I heard that. I heard that we should stop feeding the ducks the slices of white bread.
But is that propaganda?
It could be.
Is someone out here to get all the bread for themselves?
Yeah, it's from Big Bread. They want humans to be consuming it. They're sick of ducks stealing all of the...
Yeah, they're not paying for it.
The slices, they ain't paying.
Those ducks aren't paying for anything.
They're walking into Tesco stealing it themselves. Now, I'll do it this time, Chad.
Okay.
I got you covered.
You got me?
Yep. So they've waited their time and pulled out as much as they can out of the CT utility. We'll use their bodies to try and draw what little remains. You can see on the CT side of your screen. There is very little left in the utility department. And they'd have killed for a plant. They have isolated XNS, so if they could have just won that duel, a bomb plant could have been a possibility. Instead, defended nicely. All hearts beating in the TeamOne jersey, and they get to have a full bonus into Gambit's buy. And the bonus doesn't suck. I actually feel like this is a lovely smorgasbord of relevant rifles and aggressive SMGs to poke and prod the Gambit boys. 2-0 so far for our South Americans.
Yeah, I hope that TeamOne have a bit of a maneuver here to do with these SMGs, right? Because when you get away with a free one, a clean one like that, you want to hope that you can play these in the best possible way. So mid-control, jumping down towards that underpass. But let's take a look at Gambit here. First gun round on a map they were very strong on. It is going to be a 3-man B lean, so that's the maneuver that TeamOne are opting for. And Maluki tasked with middle, popped on down to half HP.
Oh, I like this. Yeah, Axel's probably not going to be expecting that so quick. He's already dropped down lots of audibles. And they'll drop a deep util. So, I mean, Axel's now aware, fully aware that they've pushed up in the apartments. Let's see what the Gambit response to that is. Okay, nafany starting his project up connector. We know in-game leaders like to have their bottom parked right there for the mid-round. We'll likely see exactly how it shapes up as well. Now, the whole squad orientating themselves towards this, and XNS, he has a look. It's nafany who's being held. Solid defense so far. XNS is the first to fall for TeamOne, and looks like Shiro boosted into the window will now be able to lock down that rotation. Malbs, PRT both have to try and relinquish control of the jungle position. Gambit fully set up for this. And the bomb's going down now, triple side. Oh, Shiro coming in to finish the job. Good check. Maluki's caught him. He's used that org fantastically. Unfortunately, the rest are MP9s. It's just not easy in the head-to-head. They'll go for another save.
PRT, he's been able to get himself a rifle as well. So all things considered, not too shabby, right? I know they lose the round, but the fact that they didn't just get disintegrated there, they're able to upgrade those MP9s into rifles. A tidy round here to get away with. Good stuff from Gambit. Did feel a bit easy. They just kind of strolled up through connector there. Nafany, I'm sure he was hoping a player was going to be able to trade him towards the top of ticket. Look, he gets away with his life. And Taxile isn't going to push past the magic line right there. So 2-1, scoreline reads. And as the desk was talking about here, there is a history between these two teams. This year, they've played 3 times. Well, 3 maps, right? They played twice. All of them being 16-5.
All of them?
All of them.
So, if anything, TeamOne are competing against themselves in order to find themselves just a little glimmer of victory. In fact, victory's been hard to come by for these boys. Good God.
6 in a row.
And that's, I mean, that was before the player break as well, right? Like, so they had 2 months of a bit of a lost streak and then proceeded to return where they left off. It's not been a fantastic return to the season for TeamOne.
It's just difficult out here, you know, you're up against some of the best teams in the world. If you can push a squad like Gambit, if you can make them sweat, if you can get to double digits, I think right there, that's something that we're going to be looking as a victory in itself. Now, it's not the W, but considering Gambit have been back since the 8th of August, they've had a lot of prep time for this. So you're expecting big things out of them. Another nade chases Hobbit away. More utility exchanged in middle here, and well, Gambit are just going to continue their crawl. Connector smoke from Axel. It's going to dissuade Pasadeo. Maluki has to stay committed to this now, so he's in a bit of hot water.
Oh, that came way too easy. Malb's down. That's going to get the B defenders feeling a little hot under the collar. Nafany even stalking for Maluki, who was last seen not far away from the window position.
They're just calling back for an A crunch here. So Nafany gets to control these rotations. He can jump through the window. He can stall them out through connector or short. The lion's share of the attack coming up A ramp. Inters out Palace. It's on XNS really here. He's going to need 2 or stall them out.
Oh, and it's a very predictable position. They could Molotov him, nade him, spray him, and he peeks out. Finding the head of Axel and kept honest. They need to actively contest that plant. Shiro's setting himself up for it. There's a great flash, 10 seconds. The bomb's still not down. Hobbit bodyguards nicely. They just need to deny. And Shiro, he's screwed, surely. They just need to bang him. They can't deny the bomb. And Gambit extend play now with a man advantage. Oh, and PRT falls as well. A couple of seconds. The separating factor. A team wanted some opportunities there.
Kept it really scrappy, right? I kept it really scrappy against Gambit. And if you could do that when you're down a man early, that's great, right? You consider the way that round started. Pedestrian stuff out of Gambit. Isolating key choke points, walking up, finding an easy opening kill without response. But now, 15 seconds as they're coming up the ramp, it does really get spicy. Anybody's round. Great bodyguarding there from Nafany. And they can wipe the sweat off the brow, because now they're going up against these pistols. 4 digs, 1 USP, a flashbang, and, well, Kevlar for malbs. Now, his dig is apparently something to be feared in North America. You're going up against TeamOne in those realms, you have to worry. And, wow, XNS has something to say too. Long-range shot, top of stairs to Hobbit's head. Gonna stall out this Gambit troll.
All it takes is 1 more of those. All it takes. And they know it.
Well, there's 1 more of those. Exactly what we're talking about. So AK's on the deck. A lot to pick up here. PRT.
Oh, Maluki got punished for his greed there. He wanted the AK-47 from Hobbit's body. Inters is the one that's just been holding that. And it has produced the first for Gambit into our 5th.
You kind of want TeamOne to punish Gambit for this, right? They've given away 2 for free. And you think that TeamOne now, they've actually got a decent chunk of their defenders over towards this A site. Inter spotted. Warning shots exchanged.
And here they come. Malbs' Deagle has provided another. And they've got about 30 seconds to solve this one. nafany and Inters to recover. You'd think TeamOne have done enough. A lot of the heavy lifting provided, but they are unarmored and time is on their side.
How do they plant here?
That's the question. They're trying to answer it now. It's at a wide open plant and pesideo's swing is held, so he does hold his nerve. Oh, and that's a good strike from Pasadeo. Still there on CT. nafany to come up clutch with the 1v2. It's definitely doable on the man. Oh, he runs out of bullets! And that seals his fate. Okay, TeamOne convert with just the deagles.
Yeah, and you like that, right? I said that it'd be good to punish Gambit for a round like that, because if you're just going to walk out thinking you're going to win the Angels and the deagles are there, they are going to punish you, right? So you can't get away with just those type of tricks here today. Gambit, it's going to at least force them to group up. Oh, this one here, slither gap. All right. Well, we didn't catch that one. That is a great shot. So maybe a bit more on it than just punishing Gambit. I don't think they were getting as sloppy as I thought right there. Some bangers hit.
Yeah, I mean, the second time's the charm. This was quite close to the chaos they managed to cause with their bonus buy. Didn't quite get it across the line, but they've definitely kept Gambit honest. You can see this all means an awful lot. Victory for TeamOne puts a third on the board. 2 AWPs in play, one for either squad. malbsMd makes his very clear. A little bit of a gap that nafany looks to stroll through. I don't say gap, I think that's a stretch of the definition, but...
Oh, malbsMd's getting over here. He can jump up top ticket. If XNS is able to deal with ramp and palace, malbsMd from the ticket can be mounted up, watching that connected position. And oh, if he gets up there now, he could catch nafany in transition. Mounting is up the top. Oof. Tucked away is nafany. This becomes a bit of a waiting game now.
Yeah, you can see the intentions of nafany, right? He wants to get himself, whether it's ladder room, connector control, and then the call can shape up around him. Seems like, again, he'd like to be the late arrival for an A piece. Good timed smoke. It enables XNS to actively contest.
Bit of a problem here, though, for Gambit. It's going to come down to hitting the shots. Axile has a smoke and a molly. They could use that towards CT spawn. They could use it towards jungle, but you're only going to have one choke point smoked off here. A flash and the 2 mollies. This is going to be hard to make work for Gambit.
Util's been good. That's the last of it, though. And XNS flashed into ramp. Still nothing to report. A little suspicious. Pesadeo is floating B. Oh, TeamOne. They have no idea. They have no idea. And yeah, XNS got way too much. Nice find. Baited the shot, baited the push out of Hobbit. They're looking the wrong way. And we'll call this one done.
Yeah, right now it should just be about the save here. PRT, malbs. Oh, disconnected from the pack. That's a nice kill through the smoke. nafany has gone down, but can't really risk going for this. So we'll get back to the 3-3. And it's quite clear that Gambit are more than happy to let you use through your utility, and then eventually they will be able to pip a gap there. You know, we were talking about malbsMd being mounted in that position. Well, he was, but it comes at the concept that you have a defender who can cover off ramp and palace. And then once your utility, the smoke fades, the mollies are gone, they're just going to walk on out. So punish late. Gambit tie things back up 3-3, but this is a slow start. We won't tell you it's anything else. You guys can witness just how long and drawn out these rounds are being. There's nothing super tricky from Gambit here. It's a bit of map control. Alex talked about it. Park nafany either in that connector or within that vent room, and then regroup as a squad and pincer onto a site. So right now, if you want to stop this nafany unknown, which it has been in a few of these scenarios, some mid control and taking that fight, you take nafany out of the picture and you drop on back. That could be one way to deal with him, but you have to hope that you get away with the kill. Right? Yeah. There's a little bit of smoke on nafany there. I think he just realizes how much space he's getting. The fact he's crept up and the window guy's not aware that he's there at all, that just shows you how undetected he truly is. These question marks, where is nafany? Well, they have to have an idea he's somewhere. They just guessed wrong. So back towards the B bomb site with 3 from TeamOne. Hopefully that was just on our end, ladies and gents.
Oh my goodness. They've just fed the beast. They walked towards the apps, a change of pace from Gambit, and with a deep smoke and a double, you're surely going to call that one quits.
They've done that twice now. They did it with the MP9s, and now they've done it with the rifles, obviously with varying levels of success, but this is huge. This should really just set the tone for the next round of play in malbs. He's looking for more here. malbsMd, wombo combo with the window peek, and Hobbit, well, you found a gap, but they're ready for this one.
Ooh. He wins that with a Galil. That's credit to him. Weapons to be recovered. TeamOne right back into their winning ways. And Shiro with 4 to find, having a bit of an issue with our screen here.
Yeah, we might have to go off of the Go TV, guys. So we're having some tech issues on our end. Apologize if there's a little bit of a desync because of that, but we'll keep this one on the best possible place we can.
Now, oh, interesting. They've chosen to go all in on that. It was a weird one. You can see a couple of people around that 3K and 4K mark. And this is how this round fell apart for Gambit. It was so early into the piece. Still only opening 20 seconds, we see that double kill come in. The third just on nafany trying to sell some mid presence. And yeah, malbs and Maluki getting a lot of credit for that one. Back in straight away, and it looks like immediately Gambit want to knock on the A door. Maluki dispatched for aggressive ramp warping. This is interesting. It could easily spiral out of control, but Maluki good for the first. That's exactly what the doctor ordered.
They know the execute's coming.
Oh, and he's taken another as well, baiting in for XNS. Bomb lost, Gambit lost. They fully invested, Chad. They've got nothing to show for it. They bleed. Courtesy of TeamOne.
This is great stuff. This is what you're looking for, right? A heads-up type of play, aggressive, hitting the shots they need to, not getting flustered, making the multi-kills happen. And there's another. We had 3 on the pistol for Maluki, 3 here against what was a force buy of Gambit. That's going to humble them right now. They're not going to get away with just buying in with whatever hodgepodge money they have and making it work. They are keeping the pressure on Gambit, and that's the 5 rounds that we've seen them accrue previously against this Gambit squad. Let me just give you a quick rundown of those other matchups. So we did have IEM Katowice play-ins on Train, 16-5. That tells you how long ago. Train was still in the map pool. ESL Pro League was on Inferno and Mirage. Both of those scorelines 16-5. So TeamOne, with a forecast like this, are looking better. They are able to grab their 6th round here against an eco. Really playing with some pep in their step.
Better than they've ever done before. And it happens as easy as that. Quick spray out XNS, M4 on the floor, irretrievable. And Axile the last to fall. So how many head-to-heads you said? 3?
3. It's
3 head-to-heads, the same scoreline every time. TeamOne have done better than that in the opening 9 rounds of play. So magnificent from them. They're going to be feeling certainly like they've got their head screwed on right for their first and opening game of their group here at Pro League. And they're as aware as we are that they're coming into this one as underdogs.
Yeah, and I think that you're going to put them on a similar level to Furia having to play with their coach.
Man.
Right? Yeah, I know, right? Having those caveats, those asterisks, they really do suck. It puts a bit of dampener on things, but yeah, at that time, it's going to be towards the bottom of the group between the 2 Brazilian teams here. So we'll have to wait and see how it all shapes up. I'm sure you'd love a win either way if your team won.
I mean, considering how we've seen the first 3 groups play out, dude. I mean, 1 win against a big scalp and a couple more weirdo results.
That's all you need.
That's all you need. I mean, we've nearly had the underdogs a couple of times. You know, Sinners were so close within touching distance with a couple of surprise results of their own. This group is full of them. I mean, TeamOne's 1, Entropic another.
How are Liquid going to form?
How on earth are they going to form? Yeah, it's been a while since we got to see those boys back in action.
Low on util again here. Minute mark still just above.
Oh, what a lovely treat for malbs. He's been allowed to leave. Careful now. Oh, snappy into nafany. Bit tight on the corner. nafany didn't do a due diligent clear.
Yeah, you can see with the way that now nafany's moving around here that he's not like doing the jiggles and the clears. He's just actually holding the shift key. So very susceptible to those type of deaths. There's no... I guess they're expecting levels of respect, right? And that's what TeamOne are changing up here. They're happy to take the fight to them. So number advantage now. Problems for Gambit again.
Guess they watched that big Clan Na'Vi game.
Just shoot them, apparently.
Just run at them. That's a chance. Wow, Maluki's hitting every shot he takes, dude.
I hate that I'm sounding surprised, but...
Yeah, Gambit rumbled. 20 seconds. Don't know whether they tend to get the safe plant, and another one this time onto Axile. They can't. They get poked and prodded. There's nothing left for them here, and there's nothing left of Gambit. Brutality, double up, double AK, 7 already. T1 can run away with this half.
Gambit are looking quite disconnected at the moment, aren't they? Like nothing seems to be together. Look, just pedestrian around the corner there. Back turned. Shot in the bottom. Really, really quite surprising stuff here. Can't take anything away from TeamOne. They're just getting it done. Gambit not throwing the most coordinated maneuvers their way. Getting picked apart, peeled apart. And now in a great position here to get 8 rounds. You can see here. No real money has been accrued on this Gambit T side just yet. We've had 3 plants in total in the rounds that they're losing. haven't been close, Alex. Like, if you take a look at the last 5 rounds of play, actually, sorry, the last 4 rounds of play, there's only been 1 kill in 3 of those 4 rounds, and one of them was just the clean sweep against the Eco, right? So they haven't been close. They haven't been competitive, and this Deagle round here is where it all really started to fall apart for Gambit.
Yeah, I mean, this force buy as well. They fully forced and just tried to test the A ramp. At the same time, Maluki decided he'd be AWPing it, so solid stuff out of TeamOne. 7. 1 more to win the half already, and aggressive into the apps. Very aggressive. Axile will swing. Pasadeo greets him, and there's more to come. PRT second AWP. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's enough for Pasadeo. They caught him through the smoke. The AWP now lose. They'd love to juggle them both out of the apartments. Don't let that fall into Shiro's hands. And wow, well played by Pasadeo. He's managed to do just that.
How has nafany got in this space?
Yeah, good question.
Has he been able to go out this far? He'll be able to call the jump peaks of SNS. I don't know if SNS saw him, did he?
No, Maluki's not even aware of it. He's actually, fortunately for his sake, backed away.
Ooh. Either this is coincidence or SNS cops something there. They seem aware that the window boost is a possibility, so TeamOne are looking great right now. nafany has the space, but it is noted.
Solid setup. Oh, and XNS booked as he tried to smoke out the palace. Yeah, that smoke won't stop.
Oh, it works for them.
Ooh, and it works well for Maluki. Another needed. Just shy of the mark. Bomb is on the back of Inters, and with nafany's flank now dealt with, Pasadeo aware. Oh, they're not going to get this bomb down. Shiro's been spotted out as well. He knows what you're up to.
Oh, wait, Inter's on the side. Never mind. Call it done. I was going to say, if Shiro had the bomb, maybe he could go through window to B, but close it down. malbs with a couple of nice shots there. And okay, maybe, just maybe, we got a competitive game on our hands here. They already have 8 rounds. Like, at this point, this is great out of TeamOne.
It's magnificent. I mean, they're throwing different looks every time. Like, the teams we've been celebrating of where the CTs never give the Ts something predictable. And again, TeamOne have been doing it fantastically. They're also winning their individual duels, which helps an awful lot. Double AWPs back in play.
Axel has 1 kill, Shiro has 2.
Pasadeo's getting walked on here. Exile perfectly timed just as he turned away, piecing together the audio cues. XNS on notice and looking like we're returning to just a little bit of Gambit dominance here. malbs, however, makes short work of Shiro. He's lost his teammate in the process. And it looks like they'll just be playing the percentages a little bit here.
Yeah, I respect the hell out of it. Well, we say Axel's name, well, he comes in, gets a couple kills. That's good, but like Shiro there not being aware of spawn, there was no spawn. They're giving away a lot of space here for TeamOne to be able to punish, and unless they really start to tighten up some of those gaps, no reason TeamOne can't get a few more rounds in this first half. Hobbit on the chase. I think he's going to be regretting that one. He's down and out.
They do love a chase, do Gambit.
Axel's found another kill in this round, so I think finally been shaken up. Been stirred by the scoreline and wants to do a bit of crushing of his own. 8-4. It's just very difficult to get crazy excited, because if this was at this juncture, if we were just sitting at 12-0, or let's just not even say 12-0, let's say we were sitting at 8-0, right? Okay, then we really can start percolating. We can start having that conversation. But in these games, even with a team like Gambit being down to that quite the deficit, they could turn this half around and end with 8-7. They could get onto their CT side, they can completely lock the door, and they would have looked like they're in control the entire time. That's a missed window smoke.
And that's an aggressive AWP. A lot of players like to throw this one into the mix once or twice. Molotov'd off, so that's the end of that. Inters deters, and nafany actively trying to finish the job onto Maluki. He's going to burn out here. He's burning. And what was that? I need to see that one again. Regardless, a 3v3 is shapes up. Short-lived. XNS is the only A defender, and he's been caught as well. So similar scenes, I suppose. PRT on the boosted convert 1.
May as well go for this.
Yeah, I mean, if Shiro's looking the wrong way, you may as well go for this.
There's so many gaps right now for Gambit, and unnecessary fights here as Hobbit feels like he needs to convert this one.
Oh boy, they're coming in from jungle side. Low HP on PRT. Incendiary towards him.
Perfect.
Right on the nose. Right on the money. Hobbit sprays them both down. I do need to see that wallbang again.
Oh. He must have had the sight line on him. That's the only way.
He Molotoved him down to half. I wonder if that was required to even hit, like, get the full damage on the wallbang.
Oh, okay. So he catches just a glimpse there to know to pull the trigger. You can see nafany burning. Maybe on one of the jerks as getting burnt. That's when his elbow's stuck out. You could see him turning to open up his model a little bit there. Decent round there from TeamOne. They got the money to go one more time, but this is the factor. They lose this one, then it's likely to be that Gambit 8-7 after all. And all that optimism that I was just flowing with for the Brazilian side will disintegrate very quickly here. And Hobbit, yeah, he's just out for a walk. Got the dog on the lead. Got a coffee in one hand, ready to read the newspaper.
Yeah, I'm already out A, boys, actually. The whole A side looked good, but I'm not going to commit. I'll let nafany kill someone mid. Maluki went looking. nafany, this just seems like all part of his evil plan. Peeking around for another conversion. Pesadeo down. Oh, Chad, they're broken if they lose this.
Yeah, and right now, they're not grouped up even for a gamble stack. nafany's pinned. They'd love to get this kill as a cheeky one back, and they will. malbs stands and fights, but in the meantime, a bit of a project over towards A that, well, that one's not going to get all the marks they desire. That science project a bit flat.
Yeah, and as you'd already highlighted, I mean, this just leaves them in a bit of a tough one where it would be nice to voice concerns, but you kind of just have to roll over and accept 6.
Yeah, next round 2,400 loss bonus. So you guys do the maths, add that to the cash currently residing in the pockets of the TeamOne players on the left-hand side of your screen. What was your favorite science project?
Ooh, I didn't hate the bottle rockets. Those were fun.
Yep.
Good bit of fun. I always enjoyed a good Bunsen burner, especially when we were doing, you know, like the different flames, things, different chemicals burnt with different colors.
Did you have a cool science teacher?
We had one, and then we had about 3 creepy ones.
I feel like if you're going to do science, you have to do it in a fun way, because that's the only way to get the kids to be interested. Like, otherwise, if you're just talking about different elements,
yeah,
right? Like, take that out of it. Guys, if you do this, this happens.
I think upon reflection, the issue at the time was that I think teaching was just seen as something you did when you kind of scuffed your field, but still wanted to be your degree to
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
So like, it's all the people that just resent themselves and where they've ended up in life, so they just project it all onto these kids who end up hating the same thing that they...
Yeah, I think in British schools, probably quite similar to Australian schools in that regard. They just felt like there was a lot of disgruntled teachers. Yeah. Now, whether they were disgruntled when they started, or just disgruntled when I got there.
Or just chewed up and spat out by the system.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, you know, to be fair, to educate the next generation of people that are,
it's so much responsibility.
And they don't get paid a lot.
No, but there are some parts of the world where they do, and it turns out teachers that are paid a lot tend to be really good.
Okay, well, shout out to all you teachers out there who care about the next gen, and you're doing a stand-up job.
Shout out to my sister, actually.
There you go.
There you go. Shout out to Miss Richardson.
Good morning, Miss Richardson. Oh, nafany.
Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about Charles Dickens. Isn't that exciting? It's pretty much exactly how it goes, I reckon.
Well, the aggressive maneuver.
Not quite up to snuff, and yeah, that gap you were talking about has firmly slammed shut. 3 in a row make it 4 for Gambit if they can wrap this one up. That 2,400 spent wisely. They've got some deagles in play. malbs really treating himself to that FAMAS. Happy to pause here, Gambit. Happy to just give just enough rope. Ooh, careful, Pesadeo.
Look, isn't it insane that Gambit lose like a deagle round, and then they have a couple of sloppy gun rounds, and they still walk away with an 8-7.5?
Yeah.
You know, so, oh yeah, they're a bit disjointed. There's a lot of gaps. They're giving away a couple kills. They're losing the pistols. Oh, but the scoreline's 8-7, so forget everything. Just forget it all.
And if I was taking odds on Gambit CT half being a lockout, it's like 60-40, 70-30.
We know the cliche about the pistol round. I think for TeamOne here, that's going to be essential to keep this map competitive. Otherwise, you lose the pistol, you lose the force, you're quickly sailing to the map loss. Ancient up next. Cannot wait to sink my teeth into that one.
Ooh,
nice shot.
Luki sinks a bullet between the eyes of Shiro. Sandwiches blind spot. Does adjust. Good collection.
Could be 9 here.
Up, and they are running out of time, and players more in the feed. This time nafany, a late arrival, perfectly timed. If malbs could somehow worm his way into this round, they're so low. If only he'd went for the wallbang. His walk-up's held. nafany knows exactly what to do here. He'd need them to line up for him. He just doesn't have the health for this. And yeah, 8-7 on the half. Gambit, great recovery. A very wobbly start to Group D. TeamOne looking competitive, but a compulsory pistol just around the corner. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Hey Future Pros. Ooh, we got a fun one for you today. I see Felicia trying to do this one every time with some success, but let's see if I can show you how to do it. This is a T-spawn.
Supposed to be one of those games where there is a large discrepancy between what both teams' histories have entailed. TeamOne looking to make a name for themselves on the international stage, all the way from South America, Guatemala in particular for one of them. Malbs, we're not going to get it wrong again.
No, we're sorry, Malbs. That was, it feels like 2 seasons ago now.
Well, only the one, but does feel like 2.
Yeah.
And the boys from Gambit in response have basically just kind of got the sleep out of their eyes. The crusty eyes are out now, and they're ready to play some video games.
Maybe a bit of conjunctivitis.
Ooh, that doesn't sound like fun. What's the rabbit one?
The rabbit one?
There was something to do, myxomatosis.
What's that about?
I don't know, something to do with rabbits.
Mixing your toes up. All right, well, mid control taken very quickly here. Looks like it's going to be an A split through the smoke, but you might not even be able to get onto A because Hobbit, he stopped the Palace push, and Shiro's turns up next.
I reckon Shiro's got a solid one in the bank. That's if Hobbit doesn't bang the rest out. And, oh, a little too patient there as the first. A Glock to the face, keeping him busy. Papadeo's just got way too much to deal with. 3 members of Gambit looking for him at the same time. And yeah, XNS just a little detached from the pack.
I feel like the first half pistol kind of went the same way. Shiro got left on his own with it all to do in a 1-on-3 with everybody and the bomb over towards the A site. So let's see XNS. You're going to go through... Oh, hello? Nafany? Nafany? You're not... That's not meant to work.
Yeah, no, he does. He's been doing the walkie boy plays. I think he's actually cancelled jiggling.
Yeah.
He didn't go to jiggle school.
No, he stopped.
He quit.
So he didn't go to, over the summer, he didn't go to jiggle school.
No, he was like, you know what, guys, I'm going to bring a whole new meta. It's the pedestrian stroll.
Okay, so it's like the wide swing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you just hold W.
Okay.
There's no A or D involved at all.
I thought that was just for old people like me.
No, but he does it too because basically you just move your mouse like you're driving a bus.
Ah,
you just hold
the bus driver.
and you do the bus driver strut.
Ah, I see. Okay. Well, guys, let us just rewind the tape and we'll play round 2's voiceover again, where we say, on the full eco, they're going to wait and bait out the CT-sided utility. They're going to force them to rebuy that into the next round. And the best case scenario with these Glocks is just to get a plant. Can we do what we should do? Like, I know Harry had a soundboard before, but maybe we should go in and record. Maybe we could just do a whole cast. We could be like DJs.
No, but you know what? The reason we have to keep saying it, Chad, is because, and I didn't realize this until I started looking at Twitch chat recently.
There's so many new viewers.
There's so many new viewers. Like, I think new viewers is a nice way to put it. Silvers is a bad way to put it.
Sure. Where they don't even have a rank.
They get really upset. They go like, oh my God, casters cast the round, when they don't realize that it's rifles against Glocks, and 95% of the time there's nothing to be said.
But
Hang on.
They've actually got the bomb. So we give them that, right? And that's the objective.
That's the highest achievement you could possibly have found in a round like this, unless, of course, Gambit choke. Nafany's coming ramp.
Yeah, no, he's got a kid too. No dramas. No dramas there. But remember Adam from DreamHack?
I remember Adam from DreamHack.
He would always tell us, because we'd do the same stuff at the start of the session. All right, guys, we got 80% new viewers in this one.
That's true.
Right, it was always 80% new viewers.
Yeah.
So, hello to the 80% new viewers.
Hello. How are you? Are you well?
Hopefully. Guns are coming out now. Plant is great. That AWP would have really been a non-factor without that plant. So they get a much juicier buy here, TeamOne.
Yeah, and I mean, all XNS, the only price he has to pay is a couple of lighter on the nades, which Maluki can now cover. So not too bad at all. Let's see if TeamOne can make this one threatening. It's against the bonus. If ever there was a round for them to kind of, demonstrate their value with the full guns, it would be here. And it's interesting, the call. They haven't gone poking and prodding at A at all.
Might be a late default. Because at this point, you can see XNS, he is in T-spawn, watching for an A push this early. Mid control being worked on now. Oh, and the run boost in play. They don't have a lot of numbers for this, so if one of them goes down, the mid prong is already traded back.
Yeah, malbsMd's done an awful lot there. And malbsMd goes. Quick extinguish. He was waiting for that util dump, but now he's still maintained mid control. I like what they've done so far. It's enabled malbsMd to have full mid control with malbsMd. Info B is non-existent, but if malbsMd lives, there's a good chance he can find more on the rotates around this mid area.
Where are they trying to finish right now? Looks like they do want to go B, so PRT trying to bait out whatever. Oh, no.
Oh, that's a horrible death.
Ah, the traces.
Yeah, he just unloaded a mag and the smoke. You could see the flashes. Enters a couple of bursts of the SMG and he takes down a rifle. Now the man advantage is favoring Gambit on this bonus carried over weapon round.
Intus might get caught out here. He needs to tuck in towards Van. He will. nafany's dead. That was quick.
Yeah, that was quick. Good adjustment. Intus. Oh, he's allowed to take another with him. That's incredible. 2. For the most expectations would have been none. Planting short side makes sense with malbsMd's position.
Hobbit's picked up the AWP for the retake here. This isn't going to get easier with the scoped rifle in play.
I suppose it means he can crawl into clear short. It would actually favor him in this fight. And oh, just a bit shy. malbsMd, that's the shot.
Double AWPs to get past now.
A no kit for Axel. Call this one TeamOne.
Good luck.
Yeah, I don't fancy his chances. I don't know about you, Chad. He's going to have to dip up, back out through that kitchen window in a second.
How long is he going to wait for? Who's going to blink first? malbsMd's already running away. malbsMd. Oh, you're dead.
That was all he wanted.
malbsMd, get the other AWP. Quick, quick, quick. Yes, yes, yes. All right. Saved. And 9. TeamOne. First gun round. And a conversion. Lovely stuff for them. That trade in middle for malbsMd was essential, right? That shot right there onto Shiro, that's the primary AWP on the other side removed. Intus actually did a lot in that round. He gets 1 kill completed through the smoke, and he gets the second, having to play worried about short as well as the B apartment. So really good stuff there, and that's the kill that sealed it, isn't it? malbsMd getting the swing onto Hobbit.
There's nothing quite as frustrating as missing an AWP shot like that when it is the kill you have to make. Just so shy of the mark, couple of millimeters in it. But timeout taken in after TeamOne convert at the third round of play in our second half. Ancient as a second, that's something to be excited about if you're not already attuned with the new map. Stick around because Chad Sponge Birchall and myself, certainly more Chad Sponge Birchall, has been putting this one under the microscope and might learn a thing or two about exactly what to expect. I don't know how solved it is, Chad. It's a conversation we'll get there once we get there, but some of the players seem rather convinced.
Yeah, they did in that article with HLTV, didn't they? I don't know if the meta has been completely established yet, but...
I mean, I don't disagree that the A site is weird.
It is definitely weird.
Now, Axal's ready to contest. They once again want to take a biff in mid. nafany with a flash, though. Axal to push on this, and boom. Bang goes the dynamite. malbs will find Axal's aggressive maneuver, as easy as that.
Yeah, and a number disadvantage here when the weapon disadvantage is already in play for Gambit. That MP9 of Hobbit now just becomes more of a spotlight for discussion. And if they just go for a B split here, they can isolate. They can isolate this B bomb site with Intus again, who is left in a really sticky situation. He has no assistance whatsoever. Whatever Intus gets done here is better than nothing.
Uh-oh. So Shiro onto malbs. Intus may have heard the scope of malbsMd, can assume the boost. He's in the blind spot. Intus does have a look. Oh dear, 1 by 1. Finds it mid-air. That'll do so nicely. PRT with something. nafany does need to be shut down if you want a chance, and those chances are gone. Solid hold in the end, I guess.
Really want to start putting a spotlight on some of those players like Intus, who obviously, statistics speaking, he's not one of the workhorses of Gambit. But think about the impact of that single kill that he got just there, right? That is a massive impact frag to get, because if he dies, they get the site for free. right? They don't lose a member. Not only does he slow them down, he gets a kill, allows his teammate to come on over in time to position for the frag on the player coming up catwalk, right? Just that one kill from Inters means a whole lot in that round. So, right, maybe at the end of the game, Inters doesn't have 20 kills, but the 15 or so that he does have, right, if we can paint them all down to impact,
oh yeah,
it's a different story, isn't it? So, good stuff to keep Gambit above water here. Scoreline now 10-9. Well-placed molly. That's going to force them back from the underpass position. They have to respect that one early. And this one's a bit more of a default spread here on the TeamOne side of things. Maluki top mid, 2 through the underpass. And the underpass is where the action is right now. Flashes, smokes exchange. nafany, nice little place to roost here. Can use that T-smoke to his advantage. Oh, he's seen something.
He knows the power of that light leads to the death of 2. PRT, Pesadeo depart. Oh, and good God, they've been ripped apart. Mal's gonna try and isolate Exile. Not gonna happen. Call it 11 for Gambit. Just that one response so far out of TeamOne's T side, and it is gonna start running away from them here, at least to 12th for Gambit.
We had a chat when we jumped in the car this morning, right? And we were talking about this series and, you know, what the potentials were for it. And I think one of the comments I made was like, Gambit are going to lose their rounds that they should, right?
Lose the rounds that they should.
I know that sounds strange,
okay,
right? But like, you're not going to expect them to go through every single round with not giving up at opening death or, you know, not finding themselves in a post plant where they have a number disadvantage on the retake. Are those the rounds where you know that Gambit would just concede, right? So the scoreline in Gambit games, I know that last 3 maps that these teams have played against each other have all been 16-5 scorelines in the favor of Gambit, but whether it's against a TeamOne or it's against a Liquid, it feels like there's a certain amount of rounds that Gambit are going to give up just through virtue of the way that they approach the game, and then you put pistol rounds in the mix there in that conversation as well, and that can tend to grow.
So you're almost implying that close games against Gambit aren't always indicative of you pushing Gambit.
Yeah, I suppose, because they're the type of team, when they have to save, they will. Or, like, they won't take that risk that maybe another team would that could then spiral. In Gambit's case, it would just be 1 round. In other teams' cases, it could become 3 rounds, right? And Gambit will give you a couple of those 1 rounds, and that will let you have a scoreline that might seem respectable. Yeah, look, I think you get what I'm saying.
I totally do. I think you summarized it best with your first...
My first crack at it.
Yeah. Shiro and Axel throwing a bit of CT aggression into the mix, and it's going to find info at the very least. So if he does continue his walk up, you know, they'll find nothing home. Inters will be able to solo B, and there's a bit of a battle of the smokes here. Hobbit and malbs head to head. About 5 seconds on it. There it is. Sees his legs as it fades. And Hobbit allowed to get away. XNS does pull out the trade. nafany through CT. Shiro's AWP on connector. Util, I'd love to see a smoke. They don't have anything going for them. They just throw out the flames and get the bomb down. Hang on. TeamOne got an opportunity here, and with the late mid flank, Axel's on the way behind him. It will be 3 members of TeamOne up against it. Shiro tries to be the first man in. And now some backs are turned. It enables nafany at least to strike. Maluki controls the spray magnificently. And that nade looks like it might have his number. Down and out, 1v1. Axel looking to come up clutch right at the last seconds, just on the close edge of the smoke. So much
a default plant?
Gap to close. Oh my God.
He can just sit it.
He can.
Oh, he's not going to win the round.
Doesn't have time.
Few odd moments in that one right there, wasn't it? Maluki's spray was round winning though.
It was, but
what's Shiro doing?
That's the question.
What's he up to?
I don't know where that came from. I wonder, I mean, we saw the product of it. I think they saw an AWP jumping through the smoke and assumed there's more players coming that way. Like this, they see this, they're like, boys, I think we should worry about connector, but you can see, yeah, this is the spray you're talking about. Maluki controlling that lovely into nafany. And the rest was sorted out. Yeah, Axel could have potentially held it as well. Pesadeo had a large gap to clear. He didn't necessarily know. Not planted for him.
That looks an awful lot like Bit in the background. Let me double check.
Not Narvi's Bit.
I don't think it is Bit. Maybe it is Bit. I don't know. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again.
I don't know where TeamOne are playing from.
That's a good question as well.
Yeah. Some questions we can dig into for day 2.
I'm going to go with somewhere in Europe. That's my guess.
Wow. Yeah. Nicely done. Yeah. I think you're right.
Thank you. All right, here we go.
They've got a gap.
Double digits.
I thought they would. They tried to make one, not B, and pesadeo is just accelerating. Go on, my son. Hello, Axile. And goodbye, Gambit's B site. pesadeo, double opener. Just cracks into the site. That should be it. I mean, Shiro's here to see if they feed the beast. If they want to give him 1 or 2, they might have a look in. But pesadeo's surely done enough there. Even Maluki's here in the whole mid-lockdown. They can't go anywhere.
Oh, I'd love a bit of a punish here. Maluki could actually deny some of these rifles if Gambit were considering saving Hobbit, clearing out what he can. But look at the angles. He's going to have to worry about his right. Spotted. Dead. Huge shooting here. Maluki up to 21 frags.
Whew.
This is actually starting to heat up for Gambit.
It really is.
Similar conversation what we had within the early stages of the first half, and it simmered on out. But that's massive. And this is one of those rounds I'm talking about that Gambit, they will just concede, right? They lose the 2 opening kills. Okay, well, we have to save. We're not even going to contest this. It's not even a conversation. See you later, Alligator. And call it 11. TeamOne. Lovely, lovely stuff here. They have doubled the round output and then some. They've had in the past against Gambit, so this is great.
I mean, look how early that is. Look how early that is. 1 minute 41 as he's clicking that mouse 1.
What's the loss bonus situation right now? Just 2,400 for Gambit in the next round to play. So they've been able to throw this buy together, but expect more saves if we see TeamOne just shredding into bomb sites with that type of tenacity again. Hobbit solo on the A defense. Bit more B presence right now. Nafany towards connector. Axile, Shiro, and Inters looking to take some space elsewhere. And this is a great call from TeamOne. If they go for the A execute now, there's only 2 defenders close to the bomb site. Smokes are coming.
Hobbit.
This is huge.
In plain sight, and they break through the first. Already smoked off.
The money situation, did Gambit risk this?
I mean, it depends on this next maneuver. Nafany, if he gets caught around the smokes, he might think twice. Maluki does get caught. Bomb down thanks to PRT. Ooh, it's really up for debate now. Malb still a thorn in the side of the Gambit mid-rotate. Axile still kept busy. Shiro's gone. Yeah, call it done. Axile and Inters on different ends of the map.
Inters not getting away from this one. Great flash work there. This is huge.
Gambit are going to run out of opportunity. I mean, this is TeamOne with 4.
This is a tone shift right now for the whole game.
3rd stage loss bonus or 2nd stage?
Yeah, that would have been it. That would have been the only rifle they would have been carrying on through. They have to take an eco. They have to take a partial. TeamOne can take the lead right now.
They're going to start to believe as well. With Ancient next as well, anything's possible.
Could you imagine?
I mean, I'm starting. I really am. And that was the flash. You could see it just completely blinded out Inters. He had no voice or ability to voice concern there. Frustrations bubbling for the Gambit boys.
Get this right. This year alone, Gambit have played Mirage 28 times. They've won it 22 of those times. They've only lost at 6, and those are the names like G2, Na'Vi. You've got a lost to Spirit in here, a lost to Heroic in here. These are against like big teams.
Yeah, and TeamOne are doing it. They've been doing it the hard way as well. They got off to a good start. They've had to show resilience. Well, they managed to get us to 12-12, and the 13th just looks like a gimme. It should be a gimme.
Not to the USPs, boys. Come on, this has been great.
That would be a heartbreaker. And they're walking into a slightly stacked B site. Couple of dinks required here, and good delivery from Malbs. He's got multiple targets on his screen. He's got 3, in fact. He's aware of 3 on B. He's trying to get the bombs away.
Getting out of dodge makes sense. You know, one of the things that I'm kind of noting here with... Okay, just holding my breath for a sec. This one's... Okay, they got the AK now. Hold on a second. Hold on. Frag, another kill.
Oh no, it's falling apart, and it's all thanks to Hobbit.
Come on now.
Hold your nerve. Hold on to these reins. This Gambit squad have managed to pull away with a little bit of an advantage. I mean, questionable advantage. Oh, Hobbit was ready for the check as well. Malbs tagged up. He's even got a nade for good measure. Malbs is going to have 30 points of health, and on the reload,
huge.
He does punish. Chances running short for Gambit. Just have to defend that bomb, and it's planted perfectly for Maluki. Playing with fire here. No kit. Gambit have made this at least threatening. Very, very threatening. And they've lost the AWP as well. Shiro gets to play a different game. There you go. Good shooting. Finishes off what Hobbit's damage started, and Shiro leaves with a free AWP.
This is looking good, though, the fact that they're able to withstand that. So you think about, like, they've been able to win a Deagle round in the first half. They've been able to deal with an eco round when it gets sketchy. They've had some good calling that has out-positioned and out-maneuvered Gambit. Right? They've had some great pace changes with entry frags coming on in. Their individuals, their AWPers hitting shots. malbs is being a bit of a thorn in their side. You know, can start to have a conversation now. And the conversation I was getting to is, this team, it's not like when we see the other Brazilian teams that are all getting fired up and jumping out of their chair. They're just chilling. They're just here. They're just grinding through it, and they're pushing Gambit. We are at the tail end of map number 1 right now. And unless Gambit have a real reason to change the discourse, unless they're able to now button it up and show us a different style of Counter-Strike, this one could go all the way.
Oh boy, oh boy. Round 26 is going to be a very interesting one. TeamOne within touching distance of, as Chad has highlighted, a rarity. Gambit conceding a Mirage. It's not been seen all too frequently. And this is their pick for a reason. Let's see if they can back it up with a big win. It's a best of 3. Having that leg up in the series up against Gambit does really give you everything you could desire and more. Ouch.
Big ouch. Not the way they wanted to start this round by any means. Now they have to operate for the next minute and 30 with Maluki low. Now, lucky he has the AWP, right? Not the end of the world for him. For PRT, going to be much more difficult. They're really stalling this one out, taking their time here, and you can just see the passive stance for Gambit in a round like this. There's no Axel trying to peek out short, get cheeky with a kill. They're not flashing. They're allowing TeamOne to play out the round. The respect has been earned here.
Hobbit. He actually wants a look, and I think he's given XNS a little bit too much there. Gives him the shoulder. Confirms his Palace presence and gets away safely. Flash for Hobbit. They want to set him up. The timing is perfect. 2 of them doing the dance. malbs does manage to adjust in time. Hobbit with nothing to show for his push. 30 seconds. TeamOne starting to close their grip onto this A site. It's nafany that's trying to hold on as best he can. pesadeo's on either side of him. Re-smoke on jungle.
Oh, yes.
To go down. Maluki puts another in the feed.
How do they go for this?
I don't know if they want to. Gambit typically wouldn't.
This is falling apart at the seams right here.
Uh-oh. Barrel spotted. Shiro 1 enters another. This could fall apart for TeamOne. pesadeo's in such a premium position, though. He should be set up for the first at least. Yeah, nafany caught on the stairs. The rest in the palms of XNS. He can just take a wide swing from the Palace position. AWP is posted up on him.
It's done. This is done. They're saving this round. They can't go for this. They just can't go for it at all. Maluki is over towards short as well. They have 2 players in safety net positions. Shiro to save. Inters to do the same. 14 for TeamOne. Whew.
Okay.
Not what anybody was expecting when they got out of the bed this morning, I'm sure. Gambit either. But you take a look. I'm just flicking through now just to check out the results here for this TeamOne roster right on Mirage. 16-9 win over Isako Bors. 16-8 loss to Sprout. A 16-13 win over Extra Salt. More North American games. Like, this is Gambit.
This is Gambit.
This is Gambit.
Yeah, TeamOne, I mean, I really want to, I'm not going to speak too soon. I really don't want to just, I don't know, curse it, voodoo, whatever dark magic you guys believe our words have.
Thank you for adorning us with that.
Yeah, but this would be huge for the individuals of TeamOne. Not necessarily, I'm not even talking about a series win here. I'm talking about taking Gambit's Mirage down. Like, this is your map pick. If you take down Gambit on it and you do it in this convincing fashion, it's a great sign of the times. It's a great sign of what you're going to be capable of, and it's also going to be a bit of a warning sign to anyone that's feeling a bit weak on Mirage when it comes to those vetoes in the head-to-heads of this round robin. Could lead you into a bit more of a power position. We'll see how their depth of their map pool continues. Obviously, don't forget, a bit of a loss streak prior to the end of the season. Be quite the way to buck the trend, but long way for that just now. Again with the A knock, 4 players setting themselves up with some util.
No real difference here in the Gambit setup. It's still this passive scenario, right? Shiro can flick back towards Ticket. This time he is just AWPing from jungle over towards the apartment's Palace position. Hobbit tucked in Sandwich. Smokes are coming over from TeamOne now. They're in the air, they sail through the sky, they bloom, and well, the A hit is imminent. Yeah,
XNS does not clear Sandwich, and that leads to a 1-for-1.
You're trading.
Quick out of pesadeo. Bit of a gap for Shiro. He's boosted over that, but nothing to report. Oh, Oh, the default plant is denied. It's nafany that catches him.
Well, look, he's going safe now with it. They can actually get CT control.
Oh, that's huge.
Oh,
no, again,
through the box.
bomb lost, but malbs refuses to quit. Another one. Inters finally silences him, but pesadeo is in jeopardy now. Can't quite manage the spray. What a recovery for nafany. He does a lot for Gambit there. I think he stopped the bomb plant twice.
Yeah, that's crazy. One through the box and one through the smoke. So nafany, right, he right now is leading for his team. 23 kills, he's got 6 assists in the mix. Someone give him a bit of a hand here, boys. Like, nafany's impact in this kind of a round is just nuts. Just slowing this bomb going down, that is insane, right? Think about the difference that round could shape up to be if it wasn't for nafany denying it twice.
Not only denying it twice, boosting his teammate Orpa whilst spraying the first, then getting the second. I mean, he was doing everything he possibly could. He's spinning, never mind plates, he's spinning full dinner trays.
Still in a decent position here, TeamOne. That is a frustrating one to lose, but they've got the AKs back out and just a round win. Let Gambit save anything as Shiro's AWP signals its position, strikes again, and the trades are out. XNS, some damage.
Shiro is starting to happen. It's bound to happen at least once. Shiro just pops off, 3 heads drop. Oh, and a potential 4th on the agenda as well. Axel will finish it off, and he's looking for a no-scope. It's cost him his life and his AWP. malbs.
He can win this.
Forced out very wide, double incendiary, a good headshot, and so much time. Chad, he certainly can win this. He is sprinting towards the B site. nafany's not going to vocalize a concern. He's actually been able to slip through the hole. Yeah, they'll have heard him. Oh, great tag. And malbs pauses to swing out. Damn, good catch from nafany there.
Yeah, nafany again. Yeah, obviously it's Shiro with the big 3-piece, right? But then you can see a world where that one gets out of control. 14-14. Shoes on the other foot here. TeamOne, after being in the power position, the ones feeling the economy woes. Oh, dearie me.
Oh, no, oh, no.
Okay, well, 2 options here. Next round, the 2,400 loss bonus will guarantee the buy. You could do what Na'Vi did last night on Nuke when they were in a similar position on the CT side. They went for 2 force buys back-to-back to scrape out OT.
Would you rather have 2 half buys or 1 full in order to... Oh, then it's the overtime.
Exactly.
Yeah, I understand.
So
this is why we need timeout.
You have to have this discussion.
Bloody
Do
hell.
we play? And Gambit have gone through all their timeouts. So right now, if you're TeamOne, the investment is indicative. Are they playing for overtime or are they playing for the win?
As an underdog, surely you want OT. I don't know.
Well, that's the thing. In OT is where you're going to start favoring Gambit because any implications the economy could have had earlier, which we did see woes as to how this has trickled in decision saves, etc. But they're going for the conservative approach. Just a couple of smokes.
You want it to be threatening at least. I don't know why Glocks and smokes is probably the most depressing thing you could have possibly bought.
Well, malbs has the deagle.
Yeah.
So, I've heard nutty things. I've heard nutty things.
I've seen a couple of clips as well.
Now's a good time.
Harry losing his mind to malbs' Deeg.
Give us a malb special right now, mate. Show us what you got.
Yeah, here we go. Put yourself in the shop window. Well, they'd absolutely murder for a plant, and malbs' Deeg is thus one dispatched and eliminated. Easy as that. Some couple of bullets into the CT heads there. It was a long-range Glock, but falls flat at the mark. So they were saving their pennies to push us into OT. Will it be a loss in the last round of regulation? A very competitive map out of TeamOne here versus Gambit.
This is a bit of a tough one. Like, look at the money situation for pesadeo and malbs.
Yeah, they're coughing and spluttering over the line, aren't they?
It has to be Galil's, right? And look, they've gotten themselves to this point, right? This is so much further than they've ever been before against Gambit. Just one more round to take it to OT. Just one more round here.
I mean, all it takes is another one of those pesadeo doubles and Gambit is screwed, you know? It's definitely not out of the realms of possibility. They've got the weapons to do it. 3 AK-40, make it 4, excuse me.
Oof. So malbs has gone with no utility here. So they're working with 4 smokes, 1 Molotov, 3 flashes, and a HE.
Oh, it's so light, dude. I don't know. So early util will be deployed. I do want to be really precious with these nades, and it seems like they're setting up for A smokes.
Oh, and Gambit, they've changed the tune. They're playing 2 players close ramp.
This could be the change-up. It's not going to be what you're expecting. PRT's even got the bomb, so if he goes down with a pin in his hands, he's a dead man. The shadows are there. What a fight out of PRT. They won't expect a second, will they? Hobbit Hobbit, he's cleared. He needs a trade. Where is it? Oh, denied. Maluki shut down bomb under Gambit rule. malbs trying to swing in. He needs to hunt him now. Otherwise, those CTs are going to find you. Hobbit trying to reposition. malbs has caught another. They need this frag. Hobbit ruins everything. The reposition from the Z-axis. He's pulled it into a 1v2. Pesadeo trying to save the day. Oh, whoa, there's an opportunity here. Inter's tagged up. Hobbit gone looking. He gets the first, he can't adjust. My God, it doesn't get closer than that, Chad. 10 HP away from OT. Ancient next, Gambit take it. A bit of a heartbreaker for the South Americans. We'll be back to break it down at the analyst desk. Ouch.